Okay, moving forward here, what I want to show you next is I can continue building upon my little house here. And what's nice about it is I can go ahead and select these objects here, and I can group them by going to Edit, Group, and even though they're grouped, I can turn off the windows and make the wall invisible. But another thing is once I group them, the origin does go back to 0, 0. Okay, so if I were to Command D, I would have to pull it out this way from here, but I can always move that pivot back to where it was for group 2 here. So I can hit my D key and align that to my object that I'm moving, and then just click off. So there's my group 2, and if I look at my top view, I've got that one extra window. Oops. So I got to make sure that I click on the entire group. There it is. Oh, that's the back window. So that's why it's good to label these things. So this is my wall 2. You can see that I didn't quite get the pivot point correct on that. And I can move around. Here is my side view. So I'll go ahead and Command D that, pull out another wall, and I can rotate that by hitting the W and rotating that around to the back here. Using the grids is a nice idea to make sure it lines up, and I can move that back or front. This is the front. Good. There we go. Let me go back to my perspective here and zoom out. So you can see that it's coming together here. Slowly but surely coming together. Okay. So if I wanted to use or put a little roof up here over my home, what I could do is I could use another cube. So this is kind of a modern home, and scrunch it up a little bit there. I'm going to move that up and then increase the size of it so that it goes over it. Now I still need to make that a little bit thinner, and then bring it down to fit over the home there. Make a nice garage or room. Sometimes using a blueprint or something like that would help, but again, using reference is really nice. Move into the house there, into the building to make an interior. But if I wanted an exterior, I could just add some more rooms. Now if I wanted to, going from my top here, what I need to do is be able to hide this so that I can continue working on the inside if I wanted to place some objects in there like chairs or a table. And I'll go ahead and create a layer for that. So again, under Channel Box, I can click on Create New, double click on a new layer, add a color to this, maybe something bright. And again, if this is just for you to be able to assign some nice colors here in your area. So now if I make that invisible, I can turn that roof back on and off. Don't forget to name your layers. Now, unfortunately, naming them here will not name them in your outline. So you have to make sure you do that. So right over here, I can double click in my outliner to call that my roof. So when I start assigning materials, I know which ones are which here. Okay. So again, clicking on the windows now, if I want to make them visible or invisible, will hide them all. And that makes it a really quick way to add or assign materials. In the next video, I'll show you how to add materials and select objects to do that. So going back into my view up here, they're all selected now, and if I right click, go down to assign new material, I can go to, say, surface, add a Phong. Those are favorites there. If I go to Phong here and go to the materials and add a color, so maybe I want some dark brown windows, then that will start adding color to that. Now, they look pink because that was the color of my layer here, but if I go back to just regular shading, oh, didn't add that material. Let's try it again. I'm going to go back up to, if I go to rendering, I can get that material here that's existing. I have a Phong one here, and I'll click there. That selects them all. It looks like I do have a Lambert here. It didn't apply that, so sometimes it's a little bit wonky here. And there you can see that it's applied that color to it. So in the next video, let's finish this off by adding more materials and lighting, and finally rendering it out.